Hey all. So Virgin Voyages does cruising a bit differently, arguably from top to bottom. But do they deliver on their promises, and is it worth the money? In this video, we'll embark on an in-depth exploration of Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, where we take you through the highs, lows, and everything in between. We'll share our candid experiences from dining delights to onboard activities and evaluate whether this cruise lives up to its illustrious reputation. So whether you're a cruise aficionado or contemplating that first voyage, this no-holds-barred review will equip you with the insights needed to make a pretty informed decision. Stick around to discover the amazing aspects of the Scarlet Lady that could redefine your entire cruising experience. So yes, we did a Virgin Voyages cruise on the Scarlet Lady. We did the 5-night Dominican days, I believe it was. She's different. Virgin is very different than the other major cruise lines, from their food to the target demographic to the style of entertainment and shows to the cabin experience. There's a lot of differences. Honestly, overall, pretty much good differences. They're just, they take a little surprising if you don't know what you're in store for. So let's talk about cabins. On this cruise, we did have a balcony cabin, and she was a brand new ship I think she might have been maybe 2 years old when we were on board. So everything was new, everything worked. The tech in the cabin is pretty amazing. You get a tablet. Every cabin has a tablet. You can control the lighting, the blinds, the TV, the temperature, putting on movies. You control everything from that tablet. The cabin itself was pretty roomy. They had their signature red hammock on the patio, which I did not try. It was nice. We actually, the first time on any of the cruises we've done, we actually hung out in the room one night for a couple hours and watched a movie, just to do something different, just to relax. It was fun. It was interesting. Food. Here's arguably one of the biggest differences. There is no main dining room, period. There is no main dining room. So on board the Virgin ships, you have, I don't remember if it was 8 or no, I believe there are 6 restaurants, sit-down restaurants on board, if I remember correctly. And you make a reservation at whatever one you want. Now, I've heard that they've changed this, but when we were on board, you were only allowed to do one dinner at each restaurant because they wanted, they had a bunch of people. So, you could, like the test kitchen, you'd only eat there one time for dinner. The Italian place, the steakhouse, So instead of having a main dining room, you make a reservation at whatever restaurant you want on board. There's no extra fee for it. There's no add-on charges like at a specialty dining restaurant on one of the other cruise lines. That was very interesting. It wasn't bad. We enjoyed it. We really enjoyed the test kitchen experience. The test kitchen is where they're arguably testing new food, new menu items, new concepts. And you don't get to choose what you eat for the most part. I believe the entree we got to choose between duck and I think it might have been short ribs. But everything else, the entree and the soup and the dessert, that was all set for you, because they want your opinion on these items that they're testing out. So it was a lot of fun. It's a very, I don't even know what the word is. The environment is interesting in there. It's very kitchen-esque, stainless steel tables, and it's interesting. But the food was amazing. The staff came around and was explaining things to us, and it was a lot of fun. To me, that arguably was our best restaurant experience. They also do not have a buffet, arguably. So they have a restaurant area. Why can't I think of the name of it? But there's a restaurant area that has 6 or 8 casual types of counters in them. So you can go and get a burger, or you can go to the deli and get a deli sandwich, or you can go to the noodle bar and get noodles, or sushi, or different kinds of food. And when you go in, you can either go up to each of these places and order what you want, or a waiter will come to your table and he will have a menu that he gives you that has all the different options available, and you tell him what you want. I want a Reuben sandwich, and I want faux noodles, and I want this, and he brings you whatever you tell him to bring you. So they do food a little bit differently. The food was amazing. Portions were ample. I never left hungry anywhere. They have an ice cream bar that's only open certain hours, but when it's open, it's really good. Plenty of bars, plenty of activities, wellness and fitness. This is arguably their main focus, okay? There are fitness classes going on. Pretty much all of them are included, but they are going on literally from 6 a.m. until probably 8 or 9 at night every single day. Shore day or sea day, doesn't matter. Their gym is arguably the largest sea-based gym that I've ever seen on any cruise ship. Their spa is a little bit different. It's beautiful. They really focus on wellness. A lot of the menus and a lot of the restaurants, you go on a regular cruise line and you look at the dinner menu, it's going to have one or two healthy options, whether they're vegetarian or vegan or just healthy. Okay. And then the rest are going to be, beef and pork and chicken and pasta, pretty much in all of the restaurants. Hello, Elio. On the Scarlet Lady, particularly Razzle Dazzle, which is kind of a casual dining area, which had great food. It's the flip. So you're going to have, if there's 8 entree options, 6 of them are going to be plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, super healthy, and then you're going to have 1 or 2 options that are normal food. I don't know how to say it. Not so healthy. But don't get me wrong, there are plenty of options food-wise. There's plenty of types of food. There's burgers, there's pizza, anything you want. There's filet, you can get anything you want. It was a pleasant surprise to see so many healthy options on the menus. The entertainment and the nightlife, good, enjoyable, different. They don't have Broadway-esque shows on board. They have one-man shows. They have, it was a bunch of dancers in neon outfits under black lights. Very talented crew. So they're different. The entertainment is different. Very enjoyable, but different. They seem to I think there were 2 different nights where it was this one man or one woman show that was a combination of comedy and singing and storytelling, and it was different. It was different. So one of the stops was Bimini, which is part of the Bahamas, and our Virgin Voyages has a private beach club there called the Beach Club. I loved it. It's kind of similar to Coco Cay from Royal or Half Moon, actually probably closer to Half Moon Bay from Carnival, because Coco Cay's got all the slides and rides and all that. This was basically think of a Cancun all-inclusive pool and beach. Your drink cards or your beverage package kind of thing does work at the beach club. They had different food options available. You could hang out in the one pool which had the DJ and like a pool party thing going on, or you could hang out at the other pool, which was quieter and more for just relaxing and hanging out. If I remember correctly, I believe they both had swim-up bars. I know that the quieter pool did have a swim-up bar because that's where we hung out. Or you can go swimming in the ocean. The ocean's literally right there. You can go from one to the other. There are plenty of chairs and lounges available. It was reminiscent of Half Moon Cay. They do have some water sports, water activities there. And just when you thought luxury stopped there, there's another onboard feature that promises a transformative voyage. EcoFriendly. Virgin Voyages and Sir Richard Branson are very eco-friendly. They're very aware of damage that is being caused to the environment. No single-use plastics aboard. You will not find a plastic bottle of water or a plastic soda bottle anywhere. They have an advanced waste management system on board that handles the waste in a very sustainable manner. They're very conscious of the world that we live in and that we live on. Technology is huge on board this ship, not just in the room, but the check-in process. It's just a digital onboarding using their app. The muster drill was watching a video or 2 videos, I believe, on their app or on the TV in your stateroom and then going and checking in. Embarkation and disembarkation, arguably the smoothest of any cruise I've been on. Honestly, by the time they opened up boarding, which I believe was 2:00. We were probably on board with our drink in our hand by 2:20. And disembarkation, it was 20 minutes. It was very smooth. One of the biggest things that I loved about Virgin Voyages, adults only. You got to be 18 to get on that ship. Doesn't matter if you want to bring your kids or not. They're not getting on board. You have to be 18. I personally loved that. There was They don't have all the water slides. They don't have all of that, the splash away bay, all of that stuff, because there's no kids on board. It's all adults. There was a very different atmosphere on board, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with kids. I love kids. I've got two. Well, they're adults now, but when I will go on vacation, I don't necessarily want to have the kids around. Let's put it that way. The people on board, the other passengers, seem to be more relaxed, more open to conversation and just hanging out and relaxing and talking. It was a different atmosphere. The crew were amazing. Arguably overall the best staff of any cruise line I've been on. They seemed to be more attuned to what you needed, what you wanted before you even mentioned it. They went above and beyond. The personalized service was bar none the best. Now, their drink packages, different. They do, again, something they do different. They don't have drink packages. They just don't exist. What they do is they have bar tabs instead. You can preload your bar tab from $100 to $1,000 for each person in the room. You each have your own bar tab, assuming you're 21, and you pay as you go. The advantage is depending upon what promotion they're running at the time and what else they're doing. Like when we went, it was, the bar tab was $300. If you spent $300 on a bar tab, you'd get $100 for free. So that's what we did. Now, beers in general are $7 to $9. A glass of wine is give or take $11. Basic cocktails are $11, tip included. They don't nickel and dime you, okay? The downside is that those bar tabs are non-refundable. If that last morning you get off the ship and you still got $50, that $50 is gone. So what I recommend to my customers is figure out how many drinks a day on average you're going to have. So if you're a beer guy and you're going to have 10 beers a day, if you're going on a 7-day cruise, 10 beers a day, 70, call it $70 times 7, that's $490. I would preload your bar tab with somewhere between $400 and $500. What I would also do is preload your sailor's loot. Well, actually, you don't have to preload the sailor's loot, but get a bar tab slightly less than you think you're going to spend. Because if you run out of bar tab, they take it out of your, basically it gets put onto your account, and then at the end of the, your sailor's loot, and at the end of the trip, that just gets charged to your credit card. Okay. I would much rather you have a little bit of a credit card bill at the end than waste $50 or $100 or $200 on a bar tab that you just couldn't drink. Got to plan that out a little bit. Right, Ilya? As we sail further, a surprised aspect might just change your perception about adults-only cruising. Stay tuned. Shore excursions. Virgin Voyages does different kinds of shore excursions. Now, they have a lot of the same ones that, you're going to get on the other cruise lines, but they also do, they have some more adventure type excursions, and they also do a lot of cultural learning about the local culture and what they do and how they do and what their history is. The excursions are a little bit different. In my personal opinion, they're also a little more expensive. But we enjoyed every excursion we went on, from the tour of Bimini to, what did we do in Dominica? Obviously, it wasn't that impressive. I don't remember it. Wi-Fi's good. It's solid. A little bit faster than what I've seen on other ships, and it's included in the cost. You don't have to pay extra for that. The Virgin Voyages app, arguably the best app of all of the cruise lines. When I used it last, it had some issues, but hopefully they've upgraded. Overall, Virgin Voyages was fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat, but it is a little bit different. So you got to, change your expectations before you get on board. Because if you're going on a Virgin ship and you're thinking you're going on Carnival, you're going to be disappointed. Yeah, so after exploring every corner of the Scarlet Lady, you're going to want to explore the surprises that I found on board the Carnival Sunrise, because this ship offered some really cool surprises that might make you think it's definitely worth your time and your money. All right, Ilya, we're all done. Oh.